Please be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class West Grove 09. We thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Beth Ann Puckett, and I'm the Practical Nursing Director at the Chester County Intermediate Unit. Class WG09 started Level 1 in March of 2022, and I was able to watch this class grow and continue their success in each level until they got to this special day. I am thrilled to have met each and every one of them and be part of their journey as they reach their goals. I remember the first day I met Class WG09. They all looked excited to be starting their journey as nurses and were eager to learn. Over time, I got to know each and every one of them, and I truly am proud to see them make it to this final graduation day. Class WG09, you did it. All of your hard work, dedication, and determination kept you focused and got you to this very special day. I am so proud of all of you and congratulate you on your accomplishments. I would now like to introduce Dr. Joseph Fullerton, the Director of Career, Technical, and Customized Education.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you here tonight to this ceremony to celebrate these graduates. Gene, are you awake?
Yep.
All right, good. It is always an honor and a privilege to be here and stand before you and welcome you and say a few words to the graduates. I come up here with no notes and no idea what I'm about to say until about 10 minutes before the graduates walk in. The room was amazing to see these men and women in there, the energy that they provided. Gene, are you still awake?
Yep.
Okay, great. As you might have guessed, that was the story I heard when I walked in about how Gene slept through Dan's class, which concerns me a little bit because Gene's about to be a nurse. Just doesn't seem to be a good skill set on the job. And normally when I walk up here to speak to you and to the graduates, I don't have a phrase or a quote, but standing back in the room with the graduates, a quote came to mind that I would like to share with you in a few moments. But first, I want to thank you, parents, friends, family, for your support. For 15 months, these men and women put their lives on somewhat of a hold to reach a dream, to attain a career path, to make a difference in our world. And for that alone, they should be applauded. But to make it through those 15 months is nothing short of exceptional. Gene? Okay. Feel like I'm losing them a little bit. But I also want to congratulate the staff. Every time I'm up here, I look at you in amazement of the work that you do to unite a class of individuals who come from all walks of life, who have walked a path that we have no idea of, and you have united them in the common pursuit of becoming nurses. Congratulations. I am in awe of each and every one of you. Thank you. To our PMP staff, Leslie and Maria, thank you for helping guide these folks through the process of applying and financial aid and giving them a pat on the back when they needed it. And Mrs. Puckett, to you for leading all of this. And somehow you're going to give Gene a diploma tonight if he can stay awake. But graduates, I want to end by saying this to you, and I'm going to do something a little different because right now I'm looking at the back of your heads. So I need you to stand up and turn around and face me, please. There is a Hall of Fame NFL coach by the name of Chuck Noll who said to his players when they were done playing football, "It is time to get on with your life's work." For 15 months, you have studied, you have smiled, you have laughed, slept, cried, and now you're going to succeed. It is now time for you to get on with your life's work. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Fullerton, for those inspiring words. Graduates, please stand. Upon achievement of program requirements, these graduates have successfully completed a Pennsylvania State Board of Nursing approved and ASIN accredited practical nursing program. It is with great pride that I present to you the 9th full-time West Grove class of the Chester County Intermediate Unit Practical Nursing Program. Please be seated. I now would like to welcome Class WG09's President, Brianna Lynn, to present the guest speaker.
Mr. Dan Schultz graduated from the Brandywine School of Nursing in 2010 with a diploma in nursing. His first job was working on the neuroscience step-down unit at Christiana Hospital, specializing in stroke treatment and recovery. Dan earned his Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Liberty University in 2011. In 2013, he transitioned to the Neurocritical Care Unit and served on the Education Committee. The Special Isolation Unit Committee conducted research, precepted, and was a charge nurse. He then earned his Master of Science in Nursing from Wilmington University in 2016. He worked on a cardiac rehabilitation unit in 2017 and joined the CCIU in 2018, where he started teaching practical nursing students. In 2019, he continued to teach and also worked at Jennersville Hospital until its closure. Dan is a father to his adoptive daughter, Agape, who is 17, and his son, Justice, who is 10. He enjoys spending time with his kids and his girlfriend, Mandy, and is a nerdy nature lover. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Dan Schultz to the stage.
The irony of the class choosing me to be a guest speaker is that for the last 15 months they've been trying to get me to stop talking. But here I am. So, hey guys. I'm going to talk to the back of your heads, but that's okay. It was exactly 15 months and 1 week ago today that the West Grove 09 class met together for the first time. I want you guys to take a moment right now and think about what were you reflecting on that day? Were you thinking about how optimistic and how easy this would be? Were you scared? Were you confident? Were you terrified? After the first day, did you wonder what you got yourself into? But now I want you to think about yourself right now in this moment. How have you grown and changed because of this program? What have you learned, not just about nursing, but of yourself and the world around you? One of the great things about being an instructor is getting to see that growth and change within you all. I've seen your nervousness with drawing up the correct dose from a vial of medicine, your awkwardness when doing an assessment, your blank faces during my lectures, and most of all, your hesitancy to test with me. But you didn't stay that way. I've also seen that nervousness and awkwardness grow into confidence and familiarity. Your blank faces turned into inquisitive ones, believe it or not. You started to engage in conversations about content and take learning into your own hands. Your hesitancy to test skills with me, well, not everything changed, but But that's not the only thing I saw change. I got to see how, even as a student, you started changing the world. I've seen the way you care for patients and how it blesses them in some of their worst moments in life. I've read the thank you note from a patient who was so thankful for you being there. To you, it may have only looked like answering her call bell and refilling her water, but to her, it made her feel seen and that her needs could be met. The patient you provided postmortem care to may have only been another task, but you gave a grieving family the ability to have closure after losing a loved one. You may have only seen the staff nurses who thought you were in their way, but I also saw the ones that were relieved that you were there to help, to assist. They knew they could rely on you. I've seen the relationships you formed with each other. Can you imagine trying to go through all this without each other? One of the greatest things about this class was their ability to be connected and weather through all this. And we definitely had our moments, but overall we stayed pretty well together. It's my hope that you remember these moments of growth and change and can see more of them as you move along in your nursing journey. It will be very important if you are to withstand the challenges ahead of you. I remember when I graduated nursing school and thinking it was the hardest thing I've ever gone through, and it will be the hardest thing I will ever go through. Are any of you thinking that right now? Well, if that's you, I hope that's true for you. But if you're like me, that won't be the case. Many of the challenges you face during nursing school are a part of the life we all have to live. And so it is with this that I will give you my final lecture. This time, instead of discussing nursing theory, pathophysiology, pharmacology, or legal issues, I will be discussing my own experience and how I've had to learn this very lesson the hard way. And it's my hope that you hear these words and remember them for the time that you will need them in the future. I spent a significant amount of my life focusing on my hopes and dreams leading to a better tomorrow. My plan for myself upon graduating nursing school was to get my dream critical care job as quickly as possible and gain all the skills and experience possible to make myself the best nurse I could be. Getting this would somehow magically allow the rest of my life to fall into place and everything would be fine. I was obviously an overly naive and optimistically stubborn person at that time. What I wanted wasn't a bad thing and didn't directly cause any of the problems for me, but I ignored other critical areas of life that quickly fell apart. Overall, I was very successful in my goal. After a little over 2 years as a nurse, newly certified, charge nurse and preceptor, the head of a quality and safety committee, I transitioned to a position on a newly opened neurocritical care unit. This opened up all other opportunities that I wanted, and then some. I was eager and excited and continued on with being a specialist with equipment, served on the education committee, conducted research, helped coordinate new policies, picked up a second certification, and achieved my master's degree. Not to mention I was excited to care for patients who were in critical condition and help them to recover. On paper, everything looked like my career was going well. However, putting the pressure to succeed in nursing caused me to neglect everything else in my life, and I started to see how pouring all my energy into a great career I had established wasn't creating the life I had imagined. Problems with my life started growing and ended up spiraling into a deep depression that almost crippled the life I had built. It was then that I had to face the fact that outside of work, I'd allowed toxic relationships in my life to drain energy and keep me isolated from positive aspects that life had to offer me. The aftermath of this left me a shell of the person I once was, and far from the person I intended to be. One of the most dangerous parts of my story is that I was not chasing fame or fortune. I cared deeply for people and wanted to use the tools I had acquired to make a difference in their lives. This is something I want you all to continue to desire as you progress through your nursing career. It is a necessary thing. No matter where your journey takes you, having the desire to care for people can still lead you to the same empty place that I ended up in. So I want to end with a few words of wisdom to help avoid this happening to you. Ironically, first thing you need to do is you need to have hopes and dreams for yourself. This is not what led me into trouble, and living a life without these will also make you feel empty inside. You were all meant for great things, and I want you to go out and chase what's meant for you. Never compromise on the care you give your patients. You will have days where you feel like your efforts were wasted, but you must believe that it isn't true. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Think before you act. Remember what you have learned, and lean on the support of trusted coworkers, and you will avoid causing major harm to your patients. Making smaller mistakes is a part of being a nurse, and you will experience this. It's a part of how you learn. So make sure you give yourself grace when you feel you aren't good enough. Maintain positive relationships with people. I've learned that in every encounter, we either give life or drain it. There is no neutral exchange. So make sure you are giving life and that people are giving life to you just as much. Lastly, always remember how you are very valuable to this world, and I am so very proud of every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. Schultz. I would now like to introduce the Class WG09 Awards for Valedictorian and Salutatorian. The Salutatorian. This student was excellent academically and showed hard work and determination throughout the program. He is kind, funny, a team player, and has an infectious laugh. He is very dedicated to his family. It is these great qualities this student possesses that led him to the person he is today. I have no doubt that he will make a great nurse, and I am excited to see where the future takes him. It is my extreme honor to recognize this year's salutatorian, Jean Oscar. Jean, come on up to the stage. Come up to the stage. The valedictorian. This particular student has a hard work ethic and is very strong academically. He was always kind, caring, and thoughtful towards his patients. He is eager to learn and always offered help to other students. He currently works as a nursing assistant at Pocopson Home and enjoys working with dementia patients. He will make an amazing nurse, and I am excited to see where the future takes him. It is my extreme honor to recognize and award this year's valedictorian to Damon Elmore.
Hi, everybody. It's an honor to have this accomplishment bestowed upon me this evening. It definitely didn't come easy. However, with a lot of hard work and a lot of help from my classmates, friends, and family, we have all made it here tonight. Tonight, we are here to celebrate all of these amazing graduates and the challenges they've overcome while being in this nursing program. This program is definitely no joke. I mean, we learn how to make beds before most BSN programs do. Between making deadlines for care plans and tickets to tests, or making sure our nursing problems were appropriate and our goals were patient-oriented and measurable, there was always something to worry about, especially passing that next unit exam. But Mr. Dam must have done something right, because after every final of the level, most of us would come out of that test saying that was the easiest test we've taken all level. Even then, we've all had the moment of wanting to throw in the towel and give up. However, this class is full of very caring, supportive, and compassionate people, and would always be there to help whoever was in need. which I hope would be the case being that we are becoming nurses. There's a lot I'm going to miss about being in this program, from the day-to-day shenanigans to the witty, unpredictable banter that was had amongst the class. I'll always remember the many lunches at Chick-fil-A and B-Dubs while we were at lab, and showing up to school at the crack of dawn to study before a test. There was never a dull moment in the classroom unless we were all just mentally drained. I am proud of each and every one of my classmates standing beside me this evening. They are strong and resilient, intelligent and charismatic. I'm confident that all of us will have a bright future ahead of us, and we are all going to do great things. I wish them all luck on their endeavors into the nursing field, whether it's continuing their education or starting their careers. I would also like to thank them all as well for the amazing experience they made nursing school for me. I consider you all family, and you guys will always hold a place in my heart. I'm going to close the speech out tonight by saying good night, good night, but congratulations, everyone. We did it. And I'm proud of being part of class West Grove 09.
I now would like to welcome the class president, Brianna Lynn, to the stage to lead her class in the Practical Nurses Pledge. Graduates, please stand.
I sincerely pledge myself to dedicate my life to the delivery of health care, to maintain high standards of personal ethics, and to advance the knowledge of my profession. I will endeavor to conserve life, alleviate suffering, and promote health. I will be an advocate to those in need and provide for the well-being of those in my care without prejudice. I will not use my knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity, neither will I disclose any personal matters entrusted to me. With integrity, I will practice my vocation as a responsible member of the healthcare profession. I will follow these precepts and guard them sacredly.
You may be seated. I now invite the other class officers for Class WG09 and the Class Level 4 combined to join Brianna on the stage as I call their names. Kelsey Barlow, Vice President. Cynthia Harkins Condolin, Secretary. Ashley Days, Treasurer. Damon Elmore, Resource. Kelsey Macedo, President of Class 129. Kaylee Dixon, President of Class P05. Jessica Smith, Vice President of Class P05. Christopher Watson, Treasurer of Class P05. And Keely Bailey, Resource of Class 129. During the Crimean War, Florence Nightingale gained the nickname, the Lady with the Lamp, deriving from a phrase in a report to the London Times which described her as a ministering angel, whose slender form glides quietly along each corridor. She may be observed alone with a little lamp in her hand, making her solitary rounds, caring for the sick and wounded soldiers. Within 6 months of her arrival in Scutari, the mortality rate dropped from 42.7% to 2.2%. Florence insisted on adequate lighting, diet, hygiene, and activity. She was well ahead of her time. She understood even then that the mind and body work together, that cleanliness helped to prevent infection, and that it promoted healing. As a symbol of unity and caring in the nursing profession, our graduating class officers will pass the lamp to the officers of class level 4, our next graduating class, reminding them in our high-tech healthcare world not to lose sight of the caring component of nursing. I now ask you to pass the lamps from to your left. Thank you for exchanging the lamps and continuing our tradition of caring and compassion. I now would like to take a moment as they go back to their seats to acknowledge our practical nursing staff and faculty. These hardworking individuals dedicate a lot of time and have impacted each of these students' lives while in the program. Faculty and staff, please stand when I call your name to be acknowledged. Teresa Berkman, Michelle Carpenter, Julia Freevert, Gigi Hayes, Lisa Hotchkiss, Leslie James, Beth Linenbaugh, Anna Richards, Talonda Rogers, Dan Schultz, Maria Schultz, Lauren Unruh, Leslie Waltz, and Karen Warren. This team is what makes our program so special. Their experience, dedication, and hard work to meet the students' needs on a daily basis is remarkable. I thank you all for contributing and making this program so amazing. As I share often with the students and graduates, we are most thankful to have met each of them. Our life has changed as each class teaches us some life lessons and something different. And in the end, we are better teachers and better people because of meeting all of you. So thank you. Attaining academic excellence in such a rigorous program is commendable. I would like to recognize graduates who met the academic requirements for the National Association of Licensed Practical Nurses Honor Society. These graduates who have demonstrated and achieved this honor are wearing gray and burgundy cords this evening. Will the following students please stand and be recognized? Kelsey Barlow. Damon Elmore. Cynthia Harkins Condolin. Holly Cavill. Brianna Lynn. And Jean Oscar. Recognition of our PNP ambassadors. PNP ambassadors represent the practical nursing program at school or community events, volunteering their own time above and beyond school hours. This student volunteered their time at open houses, fall festivals, college fairs, and helped recruit future practical nursing students. Will the following student please stand and be recognized? Brianna Lynn. I have the privilege of recognizing the following student for perfect attendance for the entire program. This is a commendable accomplishment to not be absent or late for all 4 levels of this 15-month program. There are many students that succeed in perfect attendance for some of the levels, or may only have 1 lateness, which is challenging to do as well. But this student achieved perfect attendance in every level and was never late once to class. Will the following student please stand once I call your name and be recognized for perfect attendance? Cynthia Harkins Condolin. And now the moment you have all been waiting for, the awarding of diplomas. Each student received a school pin. Every school has a distinct pin which easily identifies the graduates to their fellow alumni and is a source of pride. We always wear our school pins over our heart. As I call your name, please come up to receive your diploma. Ashley Days. Sophia Harkins Condolin. Kelsey Barlow. Holly Cavil. Lauren Medley. Frida Apeti Vicpay. Brianna Lynn. Sonny Bacon. Damon Elmore. Jean Oscar. Renal Drew. As we bring the ceremony to a close, I ask that all remain in their seats until the graduates are arranged on the stage for a photo. I would like to extend thanks to our CCIU administration, communications team, maintenance, and horticultural departments for all of your help this evening and throughout the program. And I especially want to thank you all for joining us as our guests here this evening. To conclude our ceremony, graduates, please move your tassel from right to left. And I now present to you our newest nurse colleagues, the graduates of Class WG09. Thank you for this evening, and you may go be with your families and friends.